Been a long old wait for Scotland in the European Championships, over 25 years since, of course, they competed in the 1996 Championships. And guess what? It's already over. That's right, folks, back once again with another match review, looking back at Scotland's return to the Euros, of course, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button, get your bang out to date with all things Scotland related, Euro 2020 related, Blackburn Rovers related. We're going to know here. Under one Rooskies, of course, I've been waiting a long time to put this shirt back on. But of course, I'm going to have to take it already off again. That's right, because Scotland were unlucky. I think they were just unlucky, but ultimately lost today against a red-hot Schick, Patrick Schick, as the Czechs came out on top with a 2-0. And we'll get into that in a minute. Big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. Thank you for your continued support as we try to get up to 25,000 subscribers by the end of August. That's the goal. Make sure you bang the subscribe if you're new. So here we go. Kick it all off, and then shall we? I'm going to revisit the match that was, of course, over at Scotland in Glasgow. 2-0 in the end. The Czechs coming on top with a double banger from Patrick Schick. A good first goal, good strong goal. Probably against the run of play. As you can see, the possession stats down the bottom there. 42 minutes, just before half-time. Right old sucker blow for the Scots. Ultimately, they came out of the blocks with a bit between the teeth, and they looked like they were going to get something out of this. Scotland, they had some real good chances. As you can see, 19 shots. That's incredible for Scotland to have such shots, but ultimately they were off target. Not really. Ultimately, a little bit hard done by Scotland. 19 shots on the day, just 4 off target, 7 on target. So they did knock on the door. They were getting closer, but ultimately they couldn't get the ball over the line. Did they hit the woodwork? They hit the woodwork. Their keeper was phenomenal, stretching all over the place. The Czech goalkeeper, for me, was the man of the match. Well, he was in the mix with the man of the match. Of course, Patrick Schick would get there with 2 bangers. The second goal is, again, we did think we saw the goal of the tournament yesterday. There was a good one with the Austrians. There was an even better one with the Ukrainians. This one will go down, of course, as probably a contender. Long-range, spectacular Patrick Schick, a name that nobody really knows about. He is, of course, mid-20s now, earning his trade in Leverkusen. He's now put his name out there, up alongside Lukaku, as, of course, one of the top goal scorers in the tournament so far. Bobby Dazzler, 2-0, game over. You thought it was game over. Scotland tried, they pushed, they made the attacking changes, and again, when you look at the stats, it's pretty even all the way down the middle of those stats there. But ultimately, Scotland had the possession, they had the shots, they just couldn't put it at the back of their ends. This was, I believe, must-win territory for Scotland. They needed to win this game if they're going to have any hope. They're going to have to do the unthinkable now, get something out of the England game. I don't see that. And then, of course, maybe beat Croatia when they come around as well. Let's take a look at the shot map then. As you can see, this is on the left-hand side, the Czechs. Long ranger, number 10, that's the Schick, spectacular there. And I think this other one is in there. This is the other goal. You can just about see it. Close range header, I believe. Look at the Scots, peppered them. They absolutely peppered them, but they couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. They tried and they willed. Take a little look at the heat maps. This is the heat maps for the Czech Republic. A lot of traction down that right-hand side. The keeper was very busy. And again, a lot of coverage. They were the counter-attacking team, I would say. That's where they took their chances. Again, the second goal was a rarity. We don't see them very often. And the first was a set piece converted beautifully. As for the Scots, a lot of traction, a lot of grass covered. Only a couple of spots where they hardly ever had a bit of possession. Maybe the right-hand side here. Right-hand side of the defence. I believe this was the Scottish keeper. And again, a lot more traction down the left, the Robertson side, as you would expect. And again, in the attacking midfield, a lot of possession, which was good to see. The touch map, as you see, for the touches for the Czechs, again preferring to come down the flanks instead of down the middle, and again a lot of defending to do to keep Scotland at bay. As for Scotland, more scattered, of course. They got some generals in midfield, McGinn, McTominay, some big boss man commanders in midfield, but again they couldn't unlock the defence to get the ball in the back of the net. The teams then, shall we? Marshall between the sticks, Liam Cooper, Grant Hanley and Jack Henry made up a back 3. Robertson on the left, O'Donnell on the right. That's where all the strength came from. McGinn, Armstrong and McTominay made your midfield. Ryan Christie up top alongside Lyndon Dykes, who was absolutely atrocious. As for the Czechs, Thomas Vacek between the sticks, Borriel at left back, Kalas, Kulieska and Kufal at the back. Suchek and Kral in midfield. Janko, Darida and Masopust in attacking 3, and Patrick Schick up top. These are your timeline of events at the bottom here, and as you see, just at the end of the first half and the start of the second half, that's where all the goals. Quickly at the team, quick look at my match ratings then, shall we? Starting off with Scotland. Marshall with a 5. That calamity kind of cost him in the end and kind of cost Scotland big. Cooper with a 5. Hanny with a 6. Hendry with a 5. McTominay with a 6. Armstrong with a 7. O'Donnell with a 7. Robertson also with a 7. Big Game with a 7. Ryan Christie with a 6. And Lyndon Dykes with a 4. A lot of 7s, you would say. Yeah, maybe a bit generous. I just thought Scotland were unlucky. They're getting panned on the old social media. They've been getting embarrassed. The Czechs are one of those teams. They like the Austrians. They like the Swiss. You just don't know what you're going to get. They could beat anybody on any given day. I'm not saying Scotland are there for the taking. But this was the game that they needed to win, but unfortunately they lost it. As for the Czechs, here we go. Vashik with an 8, Kuliaska with a 7, Kalas with a 6, Borrell with a 6, Kufar with a 7, Sucic with a 6, Kraul 5, Mazepin 6, Janko 7, Darida 6, and Schick with an 8. I could have given him a 9, but you know what? I thought, nah, we'll save a 9 for something real special. Quickly to the bench then, shall we? McGregor did come on, Forrest came on, Fraser, Che Adams, and Nesbitt also got some game time. They threw all the attacking avenues on there, but nothing worked for Scotland. As for the Czechs, Thomas Hols, Sevcik, Kermicic, Holselech and Vidra, the 6-fingered figure sword, came on for the Czech Republic. Quickly to the social media then, shall we?